Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to another Cajun Toy Review. And today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Rintrah Build-A-Figure Wave based off the Multiverse of Madness. And this is the last figure and one of the two comic figures from this wave. This is Sleepwalker, and this is the figure in the wave that I personally have been most anticipating and waiting to talk about. I have a huge place in my heart and my youth for Sleepwalker. I grew up in the collecting comics in like the 90s, and Spider-Man was my first real comic that was for me, that I was buying on myself. And the first Spider-Man comic I bought was him fighting the tarantula. I vividly remember it. But other comic characters started coming out that was kind of original and for the time, and one of them was Darkhawk, and another one was Ghost Rider, and the other one, and this is Ghost Rider Dan Ketch. So anyway, Sleepwalker was the last one, and I pretty much got all these comics at number one. And Sleepwalker, man, I love the character. Him and Darkhawk was comics that I got every month when they came out. And the character kind of, my interest in comics kind of faded a bit, and the character kind of faded as well around the same time. But man, when I started collecting Marvel Legends, I was like, this figure will probably never be made, and here we are today. Got a toy channel, we're talking about figures and stuff all the time. I got a Sleepwalker figure in my hands, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about him today, and maybe open your eyes a little bit to why I think this character is so cool, and maybe you'll appreciate it. But let's get into it. So yeah, Sleepwalker, awesome looking figure in the box already. Love the color scheme on it, looking awesome. We can see he does come with some interchangeable hands, and our last Build-A-Figure piece is in there. Nothing on the top. Sleepwalker on the side, looking awesome. And on the back, we got a bigger shot of Sleepwalker coming down, looking nuts. And the Sleepwalker is the guardian of the mindscape, apprehending beings that invade sleeping minds of humans. Here's all the other figures in the wave, which we have looked at all of them now. We are on the last, number 6. And UPC on the bottom if you want or if you need. I hate to say it, but I think this figure is kind of peg warming a little bit. I've seen them every time I go, and it's a shame. But hey, I might change your mind, and you might buy one of those today. So let's go ahead and open this up and talk about Sleepwalker. Alright, so here we have our Sleepwalker out of the box on the turntable. And what do I think of him? What is my impressions? I love it. I like it a lot, and I'm like a little biased. I'm a huge fan of Sleepwalker because it was part of my childhood growing up. I was into Spider-Man comics, and then a lot of stuff started coming out as number ones. Ghost Rider in 1990, the reboot. And then we had Darkhawk in March of 91. And Sleepwalker came out in June 91. And a lot of these characters kind of crossed over with different adventures and stuff like that. Sleepwalker did appear in Spider-Man, and I think this might have been my first introduction to him. But I don't really have much complaints about the figure. There's two things I wish they had differently or added to it, but you really wouldn't know anything about it unless you knew who Sleepwalker was. So who is Sleepwalker? Sleepwalker is a being of many creatures that live in this realm called Mindscape. It's basically the plane of dreams inside our minds, a different reality, where they're basically dream police. They basically keep people safe in the mind from invading evil things. And one of those evil things is a creature known as Cobweb. And Cobweb tricks our main character, just known as Sleepwalker, to enter the mind of a college student, Rick Sheridan, and he gets trapped inside there. And then basically, long story short, when Rick sleeps, Sleepwalker emerges into a reality where he is this superpowered being, able to manipulate reality. There are different things, flight, super strength, pretty much whatever power of the week they needed to give him, they were able to write in there. But that's a really cool team-ups with, the dust said before, Spider-Man, Darkhawk, Ghost Rider, Deathlock, and even my boy Moon Knight. But yeah, short-lived run, only 33 issues, and I would love to see him come back, make a reappearance, stuff like that. So, like I said, I was really excited to see him come out as a figure, and I think they did a great job with him. So let's get him off the turntable, take a look at our figure. So Sleepwalker doesn't come with any accessories, and really I couldn't really think of anything they would give him. Now, he did have this amulet, medallion, star that was on his shirt, his tunic, that was part of his powers, his kind of badge. That would be the only really thing I could think of that could be added. The one thing I wish they could do is I wish the hood was removable, because Sleepwalker did appear sometimes without his hood on. But unfortunately, you can pop the head off, but this is glued on there. It's not coming out like that. Gave it a little pull and tug without, I can tell it's like attached to the back, which is unfortunate, because this would have been a cool custom fodder, as pointed out by Mike Productions, and I wanted to check for him, but yeah, not happening easily. Still possible, but not without special tooling or heating or cutting, as I can tell. But anyway, so no accessories. Like I said, he does come with 2 additional hands, so we have these purple fisted hands. Nothing crazy, nothing new, nothing we haven't seen before, but just some hands in purple with hinges on them. But yeah, so you have the options for these open hands for Sleepy, or these fisticuff hands. So yeah, like, not a surprise, nothing new, but hey, having the option to change out fists is always a nice thing to have, right, McFarlane? Yep. And of course, the purple looks amazing. I love it, especially alongside these wraps. It looks fantastic. I like it a lot. But yeah, that's all we get. Now, we do have this cape. We've seen this cape before as well, with Hobgoblin and stuff like that. It's just this short, raggedy cape. But again, it looks great. Again, that purple looking amazing. I do love the bandage that is kind of hang low on parts of the outfit. I think that looks really, really good. And of course, I got that sash. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff you can use here if you want to customize this figure. If you were not a fan of Sleepwalker, there are some cool pieces here for that. But overall, I think it's a great figure. I think the head sculpt looks really good. It looks like Sleepwalker. He just looks like a kind of a green alien. He kind of has like these bug eyes that are kind of like have these little grid marks in it. Of course, there's not enough detail on this figure to see that, but for everything else, it's great. The hood looks fantastic. I love the way that looks. Looks really, really cool, and I could definitely see why even myself would want to customize this and do stuff with that hood. But again, blue tunic, just regular male body. I can't think of which body this is from. But we do have that unsleeved arm, just like in the comics, sleeved, and of course, purple raggedy. But yeah, that's really it for the paint. I mean, it's pretty simple, but the color scheme is fantastic on this guy. It just brings me to a special place, like I said, and I'm honestly, I will probably buy a second Sleepwalker just to keep one in the box, because it's just that time, man. It's a time of innocence for me. No bills, no worries, no issues. All I had to worry about was arguing with my friend that Ryu and Ken were the exact same character at the time. That was a long time ago. But yeah. As for articulation on our Sleepwalker, I can look down a little bit, up a little bit as well. For arm rotation, you do rub against the cape a little bit, but it does not impede anything. You can kind of just turn that to what side you need. But yeah, get whatever range you want. Bicep swivel on both sides. Since the arms are different, I will address that on each side. Double jointed elbows. Wrist rotation and flex on both set of hands. Ab crunch like a boss. Look at that. Yeah, and back. Even great. Even with the cape, it doesn't bother that. Waist rotation. Oh, look at them splits. Sleepy got them splits, boy. Thigh cut. On both sides, we have double jointed knees. Boot cuts. Ankle pivot. And peg holes on the bottom of his feet. So yeah, that's Sleepwalker, man. I figure, like I said, I hold dearly just because of the character. I was really anticipating this guy. This is the only figure in that line I pre-ordered when they were initially announced, because I had to have him. But in hands, it doesn't disappoint me. And I hope you learned maybe something a little bit about him, and maybe have a little bit of appreciation for the character. But if you do, and if you did learn anything, and if you liked it, please leave a like. Check out other content. Consider subscribing. We are past 500, guys. We have passed 500. I'm so amazed. I got a big video coming up for that with Moon Knight and some shout outs and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. That'll be out very soon. And man, I'm just blown away again. Thank you so much for everybody and anybody who subscribed, watched the videos and stuff like that. And you know, new or old, been here for a while. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Just search for Cajun Toy Review, and we do different things on there. We review everything Marvel Legends, DC Universe, and NECA, everything else in between. So again, thank you guys. Appreciate you. See you on the next video. Take care of yourself.